Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. You remember that game from Squid Games, right? That's what you're playing right now. That's you. That's you playing that with yourself. You and your past self. So the only way to escape this loop of you versus you gotta lie to yourself. Whenever I find myself like at a crossroad for like a decision and I realize like, wow, like I can't I can't figure out how I could see this happening for me. I just lie. I just lie. I just lie. I just lie. Just lie to yourself. I could do it. Of course. That's the thing about being a man, right? Which is another conversation, right? Hey, as a man, you just talk with confidence, even when you ain't know what you're talking about. You got no idea what you're talking about, but you talk with confidence. That's what you raised to do as a man, generally, right? As a woman, you ain't got that kind of luxury because society and all kind of things, right? That's the whole thing we get into. But just tell yourself you could do it. Just lie. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I ain't know what I'm doing. I remember I had to get this forklift job, and obviously they want experienced forklift drivers, right? No, I obviously didn't have any experience. That's why I'm telling the story, right? I apply still. Why? I was ready to lie to them and to myself, because they're already lying to me. They're already lying to you about the pay. They're already lying to you about the work life. They're already lying to you about all kind of things. So I lie to them too, right? Cool. Not necessarily, because I know I could have learned how to drive a forklift like that. I know I could learn it fast. So, yeah, I know how to drive a forklift, sure. Because I was going on YouTube 2 minutes later and learning how to drive a forklift. You know what I mean? But I apply, I get a job, I drive in forklift, right? At the time. Now I drive in forklift. I didn't know how to drive forklift. If I didn't lie to myself that you could do this, like you could learn to drive forklift, somebody could do it, and they're making a living off of this. They ain't no smarter than me. They ain't better than me. Like, even if you tell yourself people smarter than you, right? They ain't better than you. You bleed, I bleed, we bleed. So if I could do it, you could do it. So lie to yourself, because somebody else already doing it somewhere in the world, right? And even if nobody doing it, you could be the first person doing it. You never know if you could or can do it. Both faith and fear based on a lie. You're already lying to yourself. You can't do it. How you know that? You ain't never did it. But you lie to yourself and tell yourself you can't do it, because that's what fear about. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. Well, the only way to beat this game is to lie. Lie to yourself. Lie to your old frequency. That's another conversation. That's another video. But you got to lie to yourself. Lie to your old frequency. That's your old frequency. Remember that episode in Squid Game where they were playing red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. And if the machine caught you lacking, it would drop you. Pow! Right? That's your old frequency waiting to catch you lacking and saying, I can't decide. Because when you can't decide, you pause. You're at a crossroad, right? No motion. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't moving forward. You ain't necessarily moving back. But you can't decide. So you're stuck. That's when the old frequency watching you. You can't do it. You can't do it. You just gotta keep moving. Do it. Try. Apply for the work. Start the business. Like, just start searching for like what you would need for the LLC. Just start looking into it, right? Start making the small steps. And then you're gonna realize soon enough, shit, I could do it all the time. You ain't even gonna realize because you ain't even gonna be thinking about it at that point. I mean, you're gonna realize at some point, actually. You're gonna realize because you're doing it. But you're gonna just become normal. And then you're gonna find the next thing that you can do. And then you're gonna come back down this rabbit hole. I can't do it. You don't know. You ain't got no proof. You got zero proof that you can do it because you ain't do it. And that's for every time you do it, by the way. Now, every time you do something, that's your first time doing it. Okay, let me explain. If I read, hold up, let me go for this book right here, right? So, if I read this book and then do an ad, that's the first time I did an ad having read this book. First time. I might have done 500 ads before, but I didn't read this book. So, that's my first time. So you never know if you can or can't do it. Because every second, as a human, as part of this universe, as a God, we are already connected to the future the minute we do it. So, I do it now, immediately become the past because I already do it. You never know until you do it. So don't lie to yourself and tell yourself you can do it or you can't figure it out or it ain't even make sense. If you want to do it, and that's the big thing. If you ain't want to do it, you ain't gonna do it. If you really want to do it, ask yourself all these questions. Like, how I feel about this for real? Like, how much do I really care about this? This even makes sense to me, right? If you think it's a waste of time, it might be a waste of time. So what are you gonna spend your time on? Not thinking about what you can do. Not thinking about who might stop you, who ain't gonna help you, who ain't gonna show up, who ain't gonna receive it. If you want to do it, do it. Lie to yourself. Everybody gonna accept it. Everybody gonna receive it. You're gonna do well. Then when you reach there and it didn't come out how you thought it would, lie to yourself again. Next time they're gonna like it. Next time they're gonna like it. Next time they're gonna like it. Lie, lie, lie. Eventually they're gonna like it. And that's the power of eventually. You should understand that, overstand that. Yeah? Yeah, let me show you something, right? Let me fix the camera real quick. Hold up, let me move the camera. Yeah. You know, using DJI running so cool. Like, I could just control the camera like crazy. That's crazy, right? Fix the camera. Bam. Yeah. So like, yeah. Yeah. I good. Yeah. You gotta lie to yourself. That's the only way forward. Because that'll help you change the way you're watching the situation. That'll change your perception. And that's the starting point. And that's the next video. So, yeah. Lie, 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 lie. Sometimes the best advice
is no advice.
So, subscribe if this helped you.